Good morning. What's up? So I came on here to talk to you guys. I'm trying to see what you guys think about Brazil versus Dominican Republic. I've been to both. I've only spent like a month in Brazil, and I was only in Salvador, Bahia. But I spent like 3.5 months in Dominican Republic. I got a chance to see a lot of Santo Domingo. I got a chance to see Samaná, Sanchez, um, Guandolio, Boca Chica, and San Pedro. So I have a lot more experience in Dominican Republic than I do Brazil. So, of course, my opinion is going to be a little biased. Excuse the water. I'm trying to wash a couple dishes. Not a lot of dishes, just a couple. I'm still a guy, so I gotta take care of myself. I got the whole house, I got cars and shit. So I gotta make sure I'm good. That's how we do it around here. But yeah, man, I wanted to come on here, like I said, try to make sure I keep my presence. I don't want you guys to think I fell off the MAP. So I'm trying to, make sure I'm here for you guys, man. But my personal opinion, let's talk about infrastructure. So infrastructure, I would have to give that to Brazil, hands down. Brazil. They take it on the infrastructure because of first of all, the quality of life, like as far as the internet and all that stuff. They both got high-speed internet, which is good. But like one thing that I think about sometimes when I'm in Dominican Republic is like the transportation. So the traffic there is terrible. I can't speak on like San Pedro or any of that stuff, but like in Santo Domingo, the traffic is so crazy. Like if you had an emergency, I would be scared to have an emergency in Santo Domingo. Like nothing against Dominican people. I'm not trying to piss you guys out, but I'm just saying like if you have like an emergency, like I've seen people get in car accidents and physically be hurt, and they drag the person to the side of the road, and they just lay there writhing in agony for hours before they even leave the scene to get to the hospital. I've seen like I had like because I always get a place on I always get my condos on the Melicone, so I see the highway is right there. I've seen car accidents where people are literally stuck right there at the scene of the accident for the rest of the night. They're there for like 5 hours, 6 hours because of just the congestion. I mean, I can't speak on the reasons, but it's a lot of reasons I can tell of why it's tough to be there and to deal with that type of thing. So that's why I would give infrastructure to Brazil because the highways are a lot smoother. The like when I was in Brazil, I didn't even have one interaction with the police. When I was in DR, I had a lot of interactions with the police because that's how they make most of their money is off of interactions with the people in the city. So like you can just be driving down the street in Santo Domingo doing nothing wrong, and they'll pull over your car and 4 other cars with you, and they'll try to figure out probably how to say that you did something wrong. So that's something to be aware of too. That's why I told somebody on another video. I'm gonna say it again now. If you're a tourist in Santo Domingo, don't carry all your money in one pocket. I'm sure you know that, but most people think that it's for the Dominican people. The Dominican people are really pretty good people. They don't. I haven't had any problem with that. But the police here, they kind of, same kind of like here, the police make their money off the public, but they do it through giving you a ticket. So they give people tickets out there too. But since you're a tourist and they can't send you a ticket, what are they gonna do? It'd be a bad look to take you to jail. So it's easier just for you to give them a couple dollars and then they just go on about their business. So that's kind of what happens a lot of times. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or not, but and then when you go to pull out the money, or they might search you, they're gonna search you. So when they pull the money out, and you got 10,000 pesos right in your pocket, and they see the 10,000 pesos, and then you try to give them 200 pesos for your violation, it's not gonna work. First of all, they're not even gonna. They're gonna ask you for the. They're gonna like, give me 5,000 pesos. Which 5,000 pesos is close to $100. So that's something to keep in mind, man. I don't really think it's that bad of a problem unless you don't realize what's happening. So that's why I'm telling you guys now. So when you go down there, you don't keep all your money in your pocket, man. Find other ways to carry your money around. At least keep it separated. So if somebody trying to get your money, they just take, your main little source instead of all of your money. So, like I said, I've heard things about Brazil too, but like I said, I haven't personally had that interaction. So, so infrastructure is going to Brazil. I would say dealing with the police. I guess I could get up to Brazil too, just because I haven't had any interaction with them, so I can't say anything negative. Or I guess that's a positive thing that I didn't have any interaction with them, so that's good. They seem pretty relaxed in Brazil. I don't know. Don't jump on me in the comments. All right. Next, I guess the next thing would be women. We could say women be next. Okay, so like women. In Brazil, I would say far more, let me see, who am I going to give it to? I say Brazil again, as far as beauty. But cooperativeness and femininity, I would say DR. So, all right. But yeah, I still would give it to Brazil as far as looks though. But they have some very beautiful women in DR, so you can't really go wrong with either place as far as looks. Anybody want to challenge me on that? I'm open to it. Yeah. All right. So what's next? We did infrastructure. We did women. What about food? Let's do food. So I like the food in both places, Brazil and Dominican Republic. Both have really good food. I would give the food to the Dominican Republic, though. I know it's probably a surprise. I'm going to say Dominican Republic has the best food out of both places. Now, that's not to say Brazil food is bad. Brazil food is really good. But, it's, from my experiences, Brazil food is a little more, I don't want to say fancy. I would say it's just, maybe it's the places I went to. It's a lot of just different things. They had really good food. I just prefer the food in Dominican Republic. I think it's the options. So like in Brazil, they have a lot of options as well, but it's more centered in a direction. Where like you're gonna get more Spanish cuisine, more Peruvian. You're gonna get a lot of Peruvian, Spanish, Argentine cuisine in Brazil for obvious reasons. So I like Brazil more for the experimenting with the different foods. But when I was in DR, it's a bigger variety of worldwide foods. So like in Dominican Republic, they got all the American restaurants. They got all the Dominican restaurants. They got all the seafood restaurants. They got Argentine restaurants. They got Brazilian. I mean, like anything that you can think of, they got a whole Chinatown. So DR is really big. Like they got a lot of like tourist stuff. Man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you coming through again, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. We here. The bros are up. I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna go tune in to lead attorney in a second. I just, wanted to go live for a second. I'm gonna tune in too. Yeah. So where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah. So like the food. I think in both places they love Spanish food, though. Of course, they have it's a lot of pizza places in Brazil as well as Dominican Republic, but they have a lot of pizza places in Brazil, and they got really good pizza. So like one of the national dishes in the Dominican Republic is called mofongo. It's really really good. Uh, I didn't eat it too much myself, but I tried it. There's a lot of different dishes that I could think of that I like, but I just can't really pronounce that well, so I don't want to embarrass myself. All right, so we give that one to DR. So I think right now I'm at like what, 3 Brazils to 1 DR. All right. So now, let me think. What else? What else can I compare about the two places? The beaches. So Dominican Republic has some beautiful beaches, and so does Salvador, Bahia. I would have to give the nod to Salvador on the best beaches. But I'm sure you guys probably heard that from other YouTubers that Brazil has the best beaches. But I can tell you why I think so. The reason I think that Salvador has better beaches is because, for one, the beach is open at nighttime. You can go to the beach 24 hours a day in Brazil. In Dominican Republic, I mean, I'm sure you can make your way onto the beach, but it's closed. Like, it's not advised to go to the beach at nighttime in Dominican Republic because of different reasons. They told me crime, which is a good one. So, you know, that's a big difference, though. You can only go to the beach between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. That's just 12 hours. So that's a big thing. Like in Brazil, I don't know. Well, where I was in Salvador, it's much different. So I would give that to Brazil. But the beach culture, like I said, Salvador is Brazil is kind of a closed off type of culture. So that's why I would have to give the socialization to Dominican Republic. I think the Dominican people are a lot more open to outsiders than the Brazilian people. Just from my aspect, from my take on it, that's it. It's not trying to pass judgment on the whole country. I'm just saying that's my experience. So that's that. But I still had a great time. I enjoyed the beaches. The beaches were amazing. So, and then another thing, like, so in Dominican Republic, it's more centered around getting money out of tourists at the beaches. So I don't know if it's just the tourists, but like say when you go to Boca Chica, they're gonna have a million people out there selling you stuff, which is annoying. That's why I go to Wandolio, because Wandolio is more calm, but it's still service there. Like when you go out there, you can get you some chairs or beach chairs and lay out there. They're gonna bring you the menus. You're gonna get service. But Salvador is a little different. You still got service, but it just works differently. You gotta find the people, or they might be like posted up. It's not the same type of setup, but it's still really the same type of thing. You just gotta figure it out. But I would give that part. I would give to like the service part. I would give that to Dominican Republic. All right. So what about like shopping? Shopping. 'Cause some people like to go shopping when they out of town. Bring back stuff. All right. So if you're looking for souvenirs, But any kind of shopping, I could say that would be Brazil probably. I tried to do a little shopping when I was in DR, but like I said, it's a tourist hotspot right there for us. So they're gonna be marking stuff up. They're gonna be on you. They're gonna charge you 300% over the price, especially if they know you a gringo. But anyway, I digress. I didn't do too much shopping in Brazil, but I was looking. I saw a lot of things. I saw like, you see how people walk around with the stuff on. They walk around with them Brazil jerseys on and all that stuff. The soccer balls, they got all that. But they got more industry just as a country. Like DR is a small island. You can damn near drive around Dominican Republic, the whole Dominican Republic in about like the outside part, you probably drive around the whole thing in about 6-7 hours, I would guess. It took me 2 hours to drive straight across the whole thing, so I'll say 6-7 hours you can drive all the way around. Shout out to the Hood grocery store in ATL, Wayfield. Went to the Wayfield, got me some crab legs today. This is what is this? 2 pounds for $13. That's some Dominican prices. Now it's probably a little higher than Dominican price, but they got a little seasoning on there with the Cajun seasoning. So I'm about to try this out real quick. Chef Boy StyleKing. Damn, these bitches got a little freeze on them. What the fuck? But yeah, so. Another thing, like when you go to when I went to Dominican Republic, bro, I had like a small beer belly. It was like 2 days after being in DR, I had a 6-pack. I know that shit sound crazy, but it's true. I was reading somebody shit like that on one of the Passport Bro. I think it was like a Facebook group or something. This guy was saying something like that. I can't remember what he was saying, but I commented and said the same thing. Like, yeah, it's something. I don't know if it's the air or is it the fact that I don't have all the snacks like I do at home. Because when you get the Airbnb, this thing come with 2 bottles of water in the refrigerator. And plus, I don't know what a grocery store is because I just got to this country. So, I don't know. When I got to Salvador, I was still in good shape. Like still had that 6-pack. Everything was, I don't know. So that's something interesting. I definitely don't know if it's the air, or maybe it's the salt water, or the combination of the two, or probably a combination of everything. But I think that's something that might need to be looked into. I seen another YouTuber. It was another YouTuber that went to Dominican Republic and he married a girl and he was like 300 pounds. I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but it's like a fat Caucasian dude, about 200-300 pounds, like in between there. And he married a Dominican lady. And then in the next like 2 years or 3 years, he lost like all the fucking weight. Like he lost 200 pounds. And now he looked like a dude my size. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But I believe it because down there it's fucking hot. It's hot as shit for one. Then there's a lot of things that contribute to it. And, in America, like when it's cold, like they don't really get a winter time either. So you year round, you get that good hot weather. So like here where it's cold, your body automatically makes you eat more to put more weight on to deal with the temperatures. So, I'm not a scientist, but I do love science. So if anybody wants to debate that, let me know. Damn. I'm out of Ziploc bags. Some bitch. I'm not eating all these crab legs today. Maybe I can. Maybe I can put it in that bag. About the yerba mate. Yerba mate. I'm about to throw that shit away, man. Tab in. I bought the yerba mate and never could get used to the taste, man. I don't know if you guys know anything about yerba mate, but I can't get used to the taste. This shit look like sticks and stems and shit. Yeah. It's a tea from South America. But you know me, man. I'm always trying to do some new shit. Always experimenting with. Man, I'm gonna bust my ass right here on live. Always experimenting with some new shit. Damn, I should have waited till my water was hot. But I stuck them crab legs in that bitch. I was too ready. Damn, water not even hot yet. And I appreciate y'all showing love to the channel, man. Coming through, pulling up on me. Pocket full of money when I pulled up at the Waffle House. What we got going on?
The States for a while. I lived in Mexico, on and off for 5-6 years. And they have this thing, called culture shock when you leave and you go to another culture. And
I'll be back after I finish eating, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in.